Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the very, very funny Ashley Swallow.
Hey everyone! This is so fun. So when I first got into stand-up, I had a friend ask me, "Aren't you worried? Aren't you nervous that no one's gonna laugh?" And I said, "Listen, I used to teach 8th grade. Mind you, as Miss Swallow." Yeah, let that marinate for a minute. Yeah. And yes, they did actually all call me Miss Spitz behind my back. Funny how ears work though, so. But yeah, so when people ask me, am I worried if I'm going to get any laughs, not only is it a no for me, but it might be, honestly, a nice change of pace. As many of you know, I was born and raised in Philadelphia, PA. Yeah, none of that Bucks County bullshit here. But yeah, I lived in Philly my whole life, but Twitter.com is actually my real home, believe it or not. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Historically speaking, there's always been a lot of competition amongst the social media platforms. There's the ever-growing, popular Instagram, but at some point in your life, if it hasn't already happened, it's going to become the babygram. Every day, the lines blur between that weird movie Boss Baby and reality a little bit more each day. Also, speaking of Instagram, I totally understand why engaged couples take getting in shape so seriously for their wedding. Because once they get married, those are actually the only photos that they will be posting until death do they part. Yeah, I know. There's the standard but reluctantly expected, like, happy birthday to my hubby, wedding photo post. There's the random, I'm so lucky to go through this thing called life with my best friend. Wedding photo post. And then there's my personal favorite. 3 weeks ago today. Yeah. And then there's like a pair of shoes, a fancy hanger, and some pose candid photos. It's like, okay, we get it. We get it, guys. Y'all are married. I don't use Facebook. A lot of my friends still use Facebook. I don't use Facebook though because my college professors successfully scared me out of that one. I graduated from Penn State in 2014. Yep. And I know what you're thinking. Educated. Hot. Funny. And a ginger. It's kind of a lot. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. Yeah, I know. But I can still see my college professors in the front of the classroom, like triumphantly passing out their photocopies of articles like 9 teachers who lost their jobs due to Halloween costumes. They would stand in front of the classroom, they would say things like, if you have any photos and you're holding a red cup, if there are any red cups in the photos, if you're even smiling. Meanwhile, I'll just finished uploading pictures of me doing a keg stand in my new shirt. I'm like, oh, yikes. Like, I don't know about this. So I did the mature thing, which was to log off and never look back. Which brings me to Twitter, where I'm comfy and cozy. Dare I say, too comfy and cozy. So I'm that girl who's live tweeting the show you probably give 0 fucks about. In the fall, when I found out this guy I liked was hooking up with another Ashley, that was something me and all of my followers had to deal with. Yeah. I was like, he thinks he's gonna ignore my FaceTimes? I'll walk over, #spread the word. The thing about Twitter is you kind of have to be shameless, which I absolutely am. And you know how when you go to the eye doctor, or maybe you don't, which rude, But when you go to the eye doctor and they're trying to figure out which lens is for you, and they ask you questions like 1 or 2, 2 or 3, I feel like Twitter, for me and much of the Twitter community, it goes something like Twitter or journal, journal or therapist, therapist or Twitter. But it all fucking ends up on Twitter, which is why I absolutely fucking love it there. So you should follow me. But you've been warned. My username is @AshleySwallow, but the O's a 0 because I'm just that kind of gal. But anyway, on another note, I went to go see a medium the other weekend. And I was really excited. But as the time got closer, I started to get nervous because there were a lot of people that I wanted to come through. I have the standard dead grandparents. I'm an elite member of the Dead Dad Club. But what I really was hoping for was to have a chat with my dead sister. You know, classic Saturday night stuff. So imagine my excitement when I get up to the room and Charlene, because naturally her name's Charlene asked me, she says, "Did you have a twin sister named Amber?" And I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. And though we weren't twins, we looked exactly alike. I know. And we were really close in age. But I'm like, okay, oh my gosh, it's happening. What unworldly advice does my dead ghost sis have for me? So Charlene starts taking down her notes, and I see her write down the name John. The next word she writes down is computers, IT. The next word is nerdy, and she underlines this one 3 times. And then she writes 5 years, ? And my stomach starts to sink because Charlene doesn't know this, but John is this guy that I've been seeing for years. You know how that goes. And she looks up at me and she goes, "Your sister says enough is enough. He's gotta go." And I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. So I'm going to say, on that note, if you are ever feeling bad about your love life, about your dating life, just ask yourself, has the dead needed to intervene lately? If not, you're probably doing a little bit better than me. Thank you so much, guys.
Ashley Swallow, ladies and gentlemen!